His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on D.
Here's the starting group for Houston. You'll see Durant and Smith playing up at forward. Tari Eason is out there with Amen Thompson. And it's Şengün in at the center, filling out the middle. And for Golden State, we've got Brandon Podziemski. He's out there with the Anthony Melton. Draymond Green is out there with Moses Moody. And it's Santos in at power forward. And it's the Warriors to start out. Greg, no secret that these teams don't like each other. Could things get a little chippy tonight?
It would not surprise me at all, Kevin. These teams, not only fierce rivals, but there's a little bit of animosity for one another. Throw in the fact that both these teams play in the same conference. Yeah, I'd say the spirits might be high tonight.
Now here's Thompson. Pass to Şengün. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Durant. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Yeah, this is a testament to how competitive Durant is, able to score against physical defenders.
And now that we are witnessing the tail end of Kevin Durant's illustrious career, Tim, talk about his legacy.
Well, Kevin, without question, this is one of the all-time greats, arguably the most effortless scorer the game has ever seen. Quite simply, he is one of one.
Such a unique player. Kevin Durant, pure shooter, incredibly skilled, all at nearly 7 feet tall.
Here's Podziemski. Melton passes to Green. Back to Melton. Lets the three fly. A three-pointer is right on target.
When he's hitting that shot, this offense becomes scary, even more difficult to defend.
Well, he just looks so confident right there, and sometimes that's all it takes.
Now here's Durant. Fades away. The shot's good. Durant's got 5.
And the defense has to be aware of KD at all times, especially when he's hovering around that mid-range.
Back to Podziemski. Here's Moody. And another 3 for Golden State.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
KD looking around. Out to Smith. Fires for 3. Here's Şengün. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Not giving up on the play. Şengün locked in.
Melton against Eason. Melton passes to Moody. Here's Podziemski. And a miss there on the triple. Last outing for Golden State, it was a loss to the Knicks in New York.
Yeah, so close in that one, but that's of no solace to the players. They played their hearts out.
Look, I know it's easier said than done, but you've got to just move on. You can't dwell on it and let it affect the next performance.
Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Steve Kerr gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. I wanted to know what he had in store for Kevin Durant. He said, we have some plans, Coach said with a smile, but mostly it's about effort. We have to outwork him at all times. If we give him an inch, he's going to take a mile. So Coach is asking for his guys to go all out and try to slow KD down tonight. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Allie, thank you.
I'm surprised he missed that one. He is a dangerous guy to leave open.
Outside, Green. And it's in there.
And that's what makes Draymond dangerous. How assertive he can be offensively. Just going for it right there.
Eason with it. Still yet to score. Banked in off the glass.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
The Warriors trail. Pass to Green. Here's Santos. Up top, Melton. He's covered by Eason. Eason against Melton. Now Podziemski. puts up a deep three. The shot missing. Smith on the wing. He's defended by Pajemski. Thompson finds Eason. Houston moving the ball around. Outside for KD. Moves back up. And it's Şengün getting it to go. Şengün's got his second bucket of the night.
A true monster in the paint. And just under 7 feet. It can be so easy for Şengün to find those baskets.
Now, here's Melton. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. No good on the wing three. Rockets leading by 3. Şengün inside. Durant for 3. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. KD's got 8 points.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Pass to Santos. Back to Pajemski. And he makes good on the layup.
Well, he's a guy they look to go to, and now you see why.
And so it's KD with it. He brings up the ball for the Houston Rockets. This time they met in Houston.
And turnovers were the story for them when they saw each other last. I mean, just a heartbreaking way to lose the game. It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line. Porzingis is checked in for Moody.
At the line for 1.
At this stage of the season, Tim, some teams I feel are already starting to look ahead to the playoffs. Do you agree?
Yeah, I think you're going to glimpse at what that looks like because your adrenaline is going to take you there. But I think the focus should be on the here and now, continuing to get better on a daily basis.
If you're not looking at what's in front of you, you're going to lose what's perhaps ahead of you.
Boy, that is so true.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust.
Here's a look at some stats for Kristaps Porzingis. How the second half of the season has shaped up for him. He's averaging 14 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And very few players in the league can go out and produce like he has. Just a great stretch for him.
Well, he is consistently stringing great performances together, and when he gets cooking, just keep giving him the ball.
Outside, Green. Porzingis sets the pick for Green. And he gets the bucket. Green's got his second bucket.
And so many times Green will give it up in that situation, but not that time. He kept it.
Smith sets the pick for Durant. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Durant's got 13.
And a big reason they have this lead is the way he's shooting the ball.
Porzingis looking it over. Pajemski on the wing. 5 to shoot. And here's Green outside. And it's Durant with the rebound. Here's Houston now. They're on a 14-6 run. Pass to Eason. Back to KD. Out to Smith. Fires the 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Supreme confidence. Smith really stretches the floor with his ability to shoot.
Warriors trail by 10. And here's Melton. Outside, Green. Over to the wing. Lets it go with a 3. That doesn't go either for Green. Rockets leading by 10. Tim, some forget, prior to the success of Stephen Curry, the Warriors were not considered a top-tier franchise.
Well, before he arrived in 2009, this was one of the lowest all-time winning percentages, but they have built a dynasty, and they are now considered one of the most valuable franchises in all of sports.
And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Showing why he's an elite talent. Porzingis making difficult physical finishes look effortless.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Şengün. Green comes in for Jabari Smith. And Shepard subbed in for Tari Eason.
And at 7'3", Porzingis could have been just another big, but he defies expectations. He's got such an impressive array of abilities.
Now, here's Capella. 9 points last game out. Pass to Durant. The Warriors pull it in. Outside, Porzingis. And here is Green. Guarded by Green. And that one's good. Green's got 6.
Yeah, when Green is looking to score, this is exactly the area he's most comfortable, right at the rim.
Here's KD. That shot missing.
Well, he not only forced the miss, but he also came down with the rebound.
Pass to Santos. Porzingis against Capella. Porzingis can't hit. And so it's Capella who brings up the ball for the Houston Rockets. Leading by 5. High post, KD. He's against Green. Green with a screen on Green. Durant with another miss.
And he missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Well, that's not a horrible shot for him to take, but you could still probably find a higher percentage shot.
Now here's Porzingis. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Green with a screen for Shepard. Outside, Green. And nothing is falling for him right now. Warriors trail by 3. To the paint, here's Green, and it's Green with the jam.
How about the execution inside by Green? He's excellent at knowing when to attack down low.
Pass to Capella. Now Shepard. Ball stolen. Podziemski with it and guarded by Capella. Now here's Green. And here's Melton. The tray. Kevin Durant with the rebound.
And already they just take out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
Capella, the pass to Shepard. Capella kicks to KD. A fader. And the shot goes in. Durant's got 15 points.
The shots are falling, and he is making it look easy.
Melton finds Podziemski. Shoots the 3. The Rockets pull it in. KD's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Well, he better focus now. His efficiency is dropping, but there's enough game left to make corrections.
Here's Shepard outside for Durant. Off target from outside. Warriors trail by 3. Outside, Green. Golden State moving it around. .58 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. And here's the 2K leaderboard with the teams that have really been controlling the boards during the past month. The Rockets 4th.
I mean, they've taken their rebounding to another level, getting physical and playing with a ton of energy.
And the Warriors making a change here. Spencer's checked in. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for the Rockets. Okogie comes in for Amen Thompson. There's 49 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Shepard, the pass to Finney-Smith. Okogie for 3. The Warriors pull it in.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball in the 3-point lane.
Here's Spencer. 9-point game his last outing. Porzingis inside, guarded by Green. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Really unacceptable letting Porzingis get that kind of positioning. Once he's established, it's over.
Now, Shepherd. He picked up 18 points in their last win against New Orleans. Takes a three. And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for Houston. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
These guys have been so quick off the dribble, finding great lanes to attack and getting themselves to the basket.
And another thing they've done consistently well is attack the paint. They have stayed aggressive under the hoop and gotten high percentage looks.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. Alperen Şengün out there with Green. Then there's Shepherd. Then there's Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Okogie in at the shooting guard position. Heat, top of the key, Porzingis. Pass to Spencer. Over Finney-Smith. And the Warriors tack on two more. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Here's Shepherd. Nothing on the board. Here's Şengün. Down it goes for his third basket in as many tries.
For as hard as Şengün plays, he's always so relaxed on the floor.
Spencer, the pass to Porzingis. Over Green. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
The Warriors shooting their second free throw attempt on the night.
Kristaps Porzingis. One shot.
One shot.
And GA, you know, some people argue that defense has declined in recent years. Would you agree?
I think mostly it's just harder to defend in today's game. You have to cover so much more ground, and with the lack of physicality, it just makes it more challenging.
That one good for two. Shepherd's got his first basket.
From what I've seen, Shepherd would rather shoot from distance, but he trusted himself inside that time.
Here's Spencer. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
There's Okogie. No scoring in this one. Şengün passes to Shepherd. Pass to Okogie from past the arc. The rebound by Post. The Warriors leading. Here's Spencer. Now Payton launches it. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
And those second chance points can add up. Here's Shepherd. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. Pass to Spencer. Now here's Payton. And here's Porzingis from deep. That shot is off, coming up empty for the second time this game. 4 for 6 to the inside. Şengün He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
Let the big fella eat. Şengün just doing his thing down low.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy.
Checked in. Substitution on the court.
Podziemski with it. He's coming off a 25-point game against New York. Melton passes to Porzingis. Oh, and there's the foul. It's on Josh Okogie. That's his first foul. Amen Thompson, he's checked in for Houston.
Now into the lineup for Houston. Number 1, Amen Thompson.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Pass to Porzingis. Lets it go. And the Warriors miss again.
He got the space he wanted for his mid-range. He just wasn't able to convert.
Houston moving it around. Back to KD. Şengün with the screen for Durant. Shot clock at 6. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. KD's got the game tied up here for the Rockets. Pass to Moody. Payton with the screen. The 3. Moody's shot is off.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Finney Smith passes to Shepard. Şengün with the screen for Shepard. Trains the three-pointer. And now a 3-point Houston lead.
Lethal from deep. Shepard will hurt you from there.
Outside, Porzingis. Melton feeling it out a bit. Porzingis sets the pick for Melton. And just miss after miss right now.
Well, I love the confidence. Keep shooting it. Eventually, he's got to start making some, right?
Launches a 3. And it's Shepard missing.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Now, let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Hey, Amen Thompson, one of the most spectacular athletes in basketball. Coach Ime Udoka said he's so fast and explosive that he has the versatility to attack any matchup. Put a big body on him, he still has his advantages. We can put him anywhere in actions, and he can get downhill. Kevin, back to you.
What an athlete. Okay, Allie, we thank you for the report. And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout, looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Draymond Green is checked in for Golden State. And the Rockets making a change here as well. Smith checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Porzingis finds Green. Now Podziemski. Shot to stop the run. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Keep getting it to this man. I mean, once Porzingis catches fire, there is no putting that out.
And Thompson throws it down.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Green, the screen. This one for 3. Moody's shot is off. Houston leading by 5. Smith kicks to KD. Pass to Shepard. Pulls it up. Warriors with the rebound. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Washington. They'll face the Wizards. Hit the road with that, the first of a 5-game run. Here's Pajemski. Outside, Porzingis, just 4 to shoot. That one goes. Count it.
And bringing the aggression and the energy, two things you like to see from Porzingis.
Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Rockets.
Right away, they showed us they weren't going to shy away from the mid-range game, and it's proving to be an effective tool for them.
And what about the collective effort so far from distance? Their shooters have been on point there.
That free throw good from Porzingis. So you can talk about the physical challenges, Tim, of today's game. One thing the players have a little easier, certainly, is the way they travel from game to game.
Well, there is no question about that. I didn't even get on a charter till the middle of my NBA career.
Oh, my goodness.
In the mid-'90s, we were still flying commercial till that point, but there's no doubt travel is better for players. I think also some of the things they've added for guys, like massage therapists and acupuncturists and even personal chefs, all of that makes it a little bit easier for today's NBA player.
Now, if we could do it for the broadcasters, that would really be a win.
Sign me up, Kevin. I'll be right there, reclining fully right next to you.
Pajemski on the wing. He's covered by Thompson. Pajemski with it. Now, here's Melton. Porzingis with a screen on Smith. Back to Pajemski. And here's Porzingis. 15 points in the game. Shot clock at 5. Lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by Houston. They've led by as much as 10. Pass to KD. Now Şengün. Porzingis with the steal. Takes the 3. Gets it to go. That one good for Melton. Melton's got 6.
And great to see Porzingis share the ball. A great decision from the Latvian.
Thompson outside. Back to Durant. Eason gets a wide open look. The Rockets again can't hit. The Warriors have gone 7 of 16, shooting just under 50% here in the second quarter. The Rockets trail. Pass to KD. To end the drought. Strong finish by KD.
And the handles from Durant are downright filthy, using him to cut up the defense there with ease.
With the step back. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And we see Brandon Pajemski. He's been a valuable player, Tim, since his first day in the NBA.
Yeah, Kevin, he's just the type of guy every team could use. He's a winner, high IQ, a hustle player who connects the game, and he can hit shots from deep.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for Draymond Green. He's checked in for Porzingis. And the Rockets making a change here as well. Capella's checked in. Pajemski hits them both. Rockets have gone 8 of 16 from the field in the second quarter. A nice efficient 50%. Pass to KD. From the arc. And Santos pulls it down. Santos has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Melton against Eason. Here's Podziemski. Hits the three-point bomb. Podziemski's got 5 points now this quarter.
Maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that he can afford to give him.
Outside Durant. Here's the three. Durant, money from deep. The Warriors leading. Now Podziemski. 9 points in the game so far. Outside Green from outside the arc. And another three for Golden State.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
Pass to Smith. Outside Durant. Over Moody. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Melton's got 4 rebounds now tonight. To the right side. Here's Santos. And another three for Golden State.
The defense a step slow. You can see the results.
KD passes to Eason. 55 seconds left to play here in the half. Here's Durant. They double team KD. It's in. Durant not bothered at all by the defense.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Here's Podziemski. Green with a screen on Thompson. Podziemski. Eason grabs the board.
Well, he's not having as much success shooting the ball early as he wanted, but so far, it's not hurting their team performance.
Now, here's Capella. Back to Thompson. And it's Thompson with the jam.
He's got rocket ship-like takeoff. Thompson can flat out fly.
Now, here's Melton. He's got 6. Green with a screen for Melton. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Here's Podziemski. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. A big-time effort for Porzingis, providing a lot of energy for the Warriors. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. Now let's check in with Allie LaForce on the sideline. What do you have for us, Allie?
Thank you. Well, Coach Kerr, what did you like about the way your guys have started this game off?
Well, I like the way we defended without fouling so we could get our flow. And guys just came in and made some big ones, and our offense got going.
The defense was disciplined. Thanks, Coach.
For that interview. And now we're at halftime. And we'll be back to bring you more basketball after this.
Hey, everybody. Psst. I got a secret. We're approaching the playoffs, and we are starting the show with a breakdown of the Western Conference standings. These standings, they tell a story. And so can we, guys. Once upon a time, there was a trio of intelligent and handsome broadcasters.
And they lived in a luxurious studio and traded wisdom about the future of the NBA's best.
One day, the grandest of them all had a proclamation. Get the ball to thy paint.
These types of stories, they tend to have predictable endings, don't they? Now, as we look at the first half, the Rockets find themselves in a close ballgame.
You can't win playing passive at the offensive end. I mean, how many times did we see him at the free throw line?
Practically none. There were a few calls they thought should have gone their way, but you can't rely on the refs to bail you out. Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
I wouldn't want to have to be out there trying to keep up with them. It's really difficult when he shows you this kind of energy offensively.
Rockets trail by 3. We've got Green, Podziemski out there with the Anthony Melton. Then there's Moses Moody. And it's Santos in at the 4 slot. That's Steve Kerr's 5 as we get into the second half. Using his length inside, Durant.
Anytime KD gets that look, it's a great possession for this team.
Melton finds Podziemski. Green with a screen on Thompson. Outside, Green jacks up a 3. It's rebounded by Şengün. And here's Houston. Smith the pass to KD. For the lead. And that one, good. KD's got 30.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Pass to Santos. Up top, Melton. He's covered by Eason. Green with a screen on Thompson. Podziemski's shot is good. Podziemski's got 12 points in the game.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. A 2-point game. Pass to Şengün. Back to Thompson. Shoots over Podziemski. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Thompson's got it all tied up now for the Rockets. Podziemski with it. 12 points for him. Now Moody. Pass to Santos. Here's Podziemski. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Şengün's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Here's Thompson, and he uses the glass on the layup. Thompson's got 4 points in the quarter.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Here's Podziemski. Three-pointer. And the rebound goes to the Rockets.
That's a cold start out of the break. Only one of his first 4 has he gotten to go.
And Thompson kicks to Smith. And here is Durant. He has 30. Over Moody. And it's Durant missing.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
And the Warriors miss again.
Well, it certainly hasn't been a smooth start after the break. Just 1 for 5 here to start the third.
Now Eason. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game.
Well, he made a couple of shots early, but since the half, he just can't seem to find his rhythm.
Inside. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. As we approach the playoffs, let's now take a look at what is shaping up in the West. You look at the Rockets' advantage in 1 series. And, of course, there's the Warriors. They're 5 spots away.
And for the Warriors, they've had an interesting season for sure. They're competitive, they're feisty, but they're not a team that's going to dominate for long stretches.
Well, inconsistency is the word. Sometimes they'll lose a game they probably should have won, and they show you how hard it is to sustain success in this league.
And it's the Warriors with the ball after the three-pointer from KD. And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. And here we can check out the story for Alperen Şengün.
And guys, I think the grind of the season is catching up with him a little bit. It comes across in his rebounding numbers. Over the past 5 games, they've taken a tumble. He seems to be wearing down a bit. Maybe tonight, though, he can get his legs back under it.
Here's Moody. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game. Green with a screen on Thompson. Podziemski, good on the triple. Podziemski's got 15 points.
Yeah, 3 triples already for him. That's his second of the quarter. This could be a huge night for him.
Back to Thompson. Shoots over Podziemski. And Thompson gets it to go in on the assist by Şengün. Şengün's got 3 assists tonight. Podziemski with it. 15 points in the game. Now, here's Melton. Pass to Santos. 6 to shoot. Now, here's Melton. No good with the triple.
Well, you have a feeling this would be a completely different game if it wasn't for his brutal shooting performance.
And here is Şengün. 8 points for him. Here's Thompson. Good, nice job down low. Now it's a 6-point Rocket lead.
And since halftime, he has been a different player.
Melton passes to Green. Now Podziemski. There's the triple. And it's Durant with the rebound. KD's got 7 rebounds in the game. Steps back and fires. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Durant's got 35 in the game.
And even stronger second half. Tremendous efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
Santos, the pass to Moody. And here's Melton. Green with a screen for Melton. Şengün with the rebound. Şengün's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Thompson outside. For the 3. And it's Kevin Durant with the 3. Durant's got 38 points.
What a performance for him on the offensive end. He's been fantastic the entire game.
Here's Podziemski. 15 points in the game. Back to Green. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And a moment here to check out who the Golden State Warriors have coming up on Monday. They'll go up against Trae Young and the Washington Wizards. And then on Wednesday, they'll be taking on Jaylen Brown and the Boston Celtics.
And looking at the schedule, it isn't ideal in terms of the upcoming games with the amount of quality teams they're going to be playing, but it's also a good chance for you to get some confidence and really see just how good you are.
Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Hey, Kevin. A lot of conversation in the NBA about expansion. Commissioner Adam Silver said there are clearly markets out there that are very interested and will run through a process. I'm looking forward to it. There's an enormous amount of interest out there. It's on the league to look at it holistically. Guys, back to you.
All right, Allie, we appreciate the report. And so it's Houston with it after the Warriors pick up 3. Shepard, the pass to Durant. To the middle. No one near Smith as he lets it go. Good. And it's Şengün picking up the assist. Şengün's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Now, here's Green. 11 points in the game. Beyond the arc. Rockets with the rebound.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And they're able to recover. Pass to Thompson. Smith sets the pick for Thompson. Smith outside. A 3-ball. Draymond Green with the rebound. Green's got 4 rebounds in this game. Melton finds Porzingis. And here is Green. Here's Melton. Oh, good on the triple.
Nothing going his way this quarter offensively. Time to recalibrate.
A nice shot by KD.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Outside, Green. Puts up a three. It's rebounded by Amen Thompson. Houston leading by 15. Out to Smith. And they cash in right away with the quick shot. Smith's got 8 points.
Smith with the size and lift to elevate above the crowd and knock down jumpers when he gets to his spot.
Now here's Melton. He's guarded close. Count that one. Shepard with the ball. He has 7. Pass to Smith. Here's KD. Houston moving it around. Good. And it's Şengün picking up the assist.
Alfred Şengün.
Şengün's got his 5th assist in this one. Melton passes to Green. There's the screen. Launches a 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Thompson's got his 4th rebound in this one. One of the best defenders of his generation. Tim, do you think Draymond Green will be a surefire Hall of Famer?
Well, he's a former Defensive Player of the Year, and not to mention a key contributor on 4 Warriors championship teams. Kevin, he will be in the Hall of Fame, no question.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Rockets?
And they're playing beautiful basketball right now, racking up the assists by playing so unselfishly, just finding the open man.
And they have left the defense scrambling because they have found success in the paint, which has allowed them to play inside out.
Houston making some changes. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Şengün. Green comes in for Jabari Smith. And Okogie subbed in for Thompson.
Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Durant. Tim is one of the most accurate three-point shooters this league has ever seen. Give us your top shooters in the game today.
Yeah, it's funny because you always say, well, obviously Steph, so it's almost like any conversation puts him in a different category. I obviously agree with that. I look at a guy like Damian Lillard with that unlimited range and his ability to pull up from anywhere. Even a guy like Trae Young, I would put into that category because of the range, Kevin. It just extends defenses so far.
What a list. Here's Spencer. Porzingis inside. Capella's there. Here's Spencer. That 3 off the mark.
2 minutes remaining.
And they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
He powers through. Size and skill. That is a tough tandem to contend with.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Porzingis inside. Capella covering. That one goes in. Porzingis has got 17 now.
And nice use of size by Porzingis inside. Able to practically play on top of the D.
Durant just inside the line. And Spencer pulls it down. Warriors trail by 19. Here's Richard. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket. And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for the Houston Rockets. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. 59 seconds left to play in the third. Buries the long-range jumper. KD's got 47 points.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Spencer, the pass to Porzingis. Shoots over Capella. It's rebounded by Houston. Durant down low. Plays it up off the glass. Durant's got 49 points in the game.
Nothing to see here, folks. Just another tremendous scoring night from Durant.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Porzingis. Rebounded by Capella. Houston leading by 22. Durant in the corner. Capella at the elbow. Now Shepard. And the Rockets getting another bucket right there.
Yeah, he's got to knock that down if you give it to him. Uncompetitive there defensively.
Well, if you're going to give him that shot, he will take it any time.
And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Well, he made the right play. It didn't have to be a highlight reel play, and that's all you can ask from any position. What's the run?
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. So on the floor for Houston, Dorian Finney-Smith is out there with Green. Then it's Alperen Şengün. Then there's Shepard, and it's Okogie in at the 2. Here's Shepard following the basket by Kristaps Porzingis. Screen by Şengün. Here's Okogie, and too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. So, Greg, in 2021, the NBA creating the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Social Justice Champion Award. It's so great to recognize the work that's being done by so many NBA players.
It does, Kevin. And these players who are not just giving back, but giving a voice to the less fortunate and trying to shape policy towards justice and equality.
Well, he's not the reason they're down right now. He has played smart, efficient basketball.
Şengün with the screen for Shepard. Back to Şengün. Nice D from Porzingis.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Here's Payton. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Jeff Green picks one up.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
At the line for your Warriors, Gary Payton II. 2 shots.
That's good from Payton. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Houston leading by 19. Green passes to Shepard. About a minute and a half through the 4th quarter now. Pass to Finney-Smith from deep. And he's good on the 3 ball. Finney-Smith's got himself on the board with 3 there.
If he gets any daylight out there, he is capable of knocking that shot down.
Podziemski with it. Here's Spencer. Top of the key. Rockets with the rebound. Şengün's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. For 3, Okogie. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And they're winning this game despite his difficulties at the offensive end.
Here's Spencer. Outside, Porzingis. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And that's the right decision when you've got a smaller man on you.
You know, Tim, you hear some players now feeling they're being unfairly criticized. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I do believe it can get personal at times, but listen, If you are in this league, I think it helps to have thick skin because you are going to be criticized from time to time.
But players do pay attention, don't they? They know what's being said and written.
They pay a lot more attention than they let on, Kevin, believe me. And if they're not listening, somebody in their inner circle is. I promise you that.
Pass to Shepard. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Tries from 10. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. That gives him a double-double in this one. 10 points and 13 rebounds. Pass to Spencer. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Porzingis against Şengün. Porzingis passes to Spencer from outside the arc. Here's Richard. And the Warriors miss again. Houston leading by 21. Green deciding where to go with it. And Şengün throws it down.
Even without the explosive athleticism, Şengün still able to play above the rim.
Pass to Spencer. Outside, Porzingis. So when you look at different approaches to player recovery, from load management, say, Tim, to rub some dirt on it and get back in there, where do you stand on all of that?
Well, I do think teams have done a better job of trying to make sure players are protected from themselves and make sure they're getting enough rest. But I also think there are times guys should be allowed to play through certain types of minor injuries.
Pass to Podziemski. Here's Spencer. Now Porzingis. Şengün covering. Now Podziemski. Hits it from three-point range.
Outstanding vision there from the lock-in. Porzingis showing he can read the floor, capable of setting his guys up.
Now here's Durant. Pass to Okogie. Here's Şengün. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
3 points.
Mano y mano. This is where it can get a little personal.
And within the bigger picture of the game, you have these individual matchups.
Here's Spencer. Here's Porzingis. Nice shot from the wing. Porzingis has got 11 here in this quarter alone.
And he is doing everything he can to keep his team in it, trying to lift his teammates up.
Outside, KD. And Şengün throws it down.
Well, Şengün is a do-it-all center, but tonight it's been about his scoring.
Pass to Spencer. Here's Porzingis. Şengün covering. Tries from 10. That one a little long. Rockets leading by 21. Poked away. Now here's Porzingis. So, GA, between the NBA Cup, the play-in, the new All-Star game formats, the NBA not averse to some experimentation.
No doubt. And listen, not all the ideas have been successful, right? But overall, that willingness to innovate has paid off. The world doesn't stand still, and neither should the NBA.
Now, Green, following the Porzingis miss from deep.
Really starting to attack on the interior here, showing a much more physical presence here in the second half.
So both teams making some changes here.
Jeff Green at the line for one.
One shot.
Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Here's Santos. Back to Pajemski. And Thompson sends it back. Pass to Şengün. Thompson dishes to KD. And again.
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. Now, here's Moody. Back to Pajemski. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Green with a screen for Melton. Over Eason. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. Houston's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the fourth. It's Durant on the wing. Thompson sets the pick for Durant. Back to Thompson. Eason finds Şengün. 6 on the shot clock. Durant drawing the double team. Green passes to Thompson. And the 3 off target. Warriors have gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. Thompson against Melton. Pass to Pajemski. Green, the screen. Pajemski's shot is good. Pajemski's got 21 in the game.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
And that confidence has carried over to tonight. He is playing great basketball. You know, I love the resilience. After struggling in the first half, he has turned it on.
Pass to Pajemski. Back to Melton. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by Kevin Durant.
Well, his three-pointer just hasn't been there in the second half.
Down low, here's Green, and it's Green with the jam.
And Green getting off the floor there for the dunk. Really like watching him sky up for those.
And here is Moody. Pass to Santos. Here's Melton. No good from outside.
And at this point, the defense is daring him to shoot.
Green up on top. Cross contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And they are just breaking the will of their opponent.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets.
One shot.
Clint Capella, he's checked in for Şengün. Okogie comes in for Tari Eason. And Shepard subbed in for Thompson. You know, Tim, some people love the star power of dynasties, but do you think the league's push for parity is helping the game overall?
Overall, I do believe competitive balance is good for the league. I think there are more fan bases that stay more engaged longer into the year, and that's just good for everybody.
I totally agree. Now, here's Melton. That one's not going to go.
Yeah, keeps on shooting, keeps on missing. Maybe time to go in a different direction.
And here is Durant. Lets it go from deep. And Santos pulls it down. Santos has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Pass to Moody. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Houston's gotten 3 of their 6 3-pointers to fall here in the fourth. Shepard, the pass to Durant. KD draws the double. And got it! Another basket. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
Now Pajemski. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Rockets.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching
a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so they'll be advancing their win total to 42 games.
And they will walk out of here feeling really good about themselves today, guys. A big win over a conference foe they'd split their previous 2 games with.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for KD.
Well, he had a lot of success making plays for his team and breaking down the defense.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
Saw the opportunity to put this away, and you could see the killer instinct take over.
They are playing with so much confidence. They've been clutch all the way around.
Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Green.
One shot.
That's good from Durant.
KD, one of the most prolific scorers in the NBA. The intrigue is how he does it with his stature.
Melton finds Podziemski. Green, the screen. Pass to Moody. Here's Melton. Shoots the 3. Knocks down the 3 ball.
In this era of the NBA, you just can't let guys have good looks from the 3. Pretty much everyone in this league can make you pay.
Here's Shepard. Durant down low. Defended by Moody. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Personal foul.
It goes on Moses Moody.
Shooting for Houston, Kevin Durant at the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Durant. Durant hits them both. There's 18 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Pass to Moody. Trying to find Green. He's got it now. Shoots over Capella, and the Warriors tack on 2 more.
Great opportunity, and he capitalizes.
Shepard with the ball. So we see Houston taking the W here. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Along with Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you once again for being with us here tonight on 2K Sports. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Kevin Durant.